What's up everyone, this is your boy, NR2003, aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome everyone to Michigan International Speedway for race number 10 on season number 4 of the JBL Cup Series. And it's going to be a while in the second 2-mile track on the season, and we are in for a tweet, and it's going to be interesting what happens here. It's going to be a crazy start doing for one most likely, but then once these guys settle it back down, it'll be mostly 1 to 2 glues, maybe some 3-wide racing at some point. But it's gonna be very interesting. That middle lane's gonna be very dominant in this one. That's where you want to be. Passes can be made on the inside, but you have to have a good car to make it work, and you have to see what happens. Last time out at Chicagoland was a wild one, to say the least. 5 flips, 4 or 5 different incidents, 5 different incidents, and only 3 cautions, and then we had a 4-lap green flag one to the end with some strategy. Then we got for Miles, who dominated, or was one of the 2 dominant cars late, and it ended up being Scott Upton holding off Zachary Fitzwater to get his 3rd win on the season, and Upton looking like a early championship favorite. But entering this race, the points, oh boy, have the points changed. Not much in the top 5, but when you sit some fat, the points changed a lot. Jordan Stout is still the points leader, but he lost about 10 points after Chicagoland, who has a 30-point advantage now over Richard Keon in 2nd. 3rd is Taylor Campbell, 38 points back. 4th is Ben Watson, 49 points back. And 5th is Colin Copley, 51 points back. 6th is Josh Princeton, he gained a spot in points. He's 59 points back, just inside that. Lost spot in points, he's 64 points back. 7th in points. 8th in points is Scott Upton. After his 3rd win on the season, he's 69 points back. He's one of the big movers. Wild Walker was a wild card, but now after a great one at at Chicagoland being 3rd, he's now in 9th in points, 86 points back. And then Brandon Nelson with a massive one as well. He is 10th in points, the last guy in on points, 96 points back behind Jordan Stout. And then Logan Williams also is winner. He was 2 points out, but because he is on the pole, he's one point outside the top 10. But we don't have any winners inside the top 20 from 11th to 20th, so that means 11th in points Logan Williams, and then 12th in points Nathan Stapleton would be the 2 wildcard drivers as of now. And then just a lot of drivers fell up and down the board, like Woman +3, Dwayne +5, Chris Mills +9, Fisher -5, and then Crampton and Abel both lost 10 spots after Chicagoland, and like it's very tight from about 10th in points down to 30th in points. It's about a whole race. So so that's like 20-25 drivers that are separated by like a full race worth of points. So it's very tight around there, and it's been tight all season long. And we still have 6 races left before the season for Chase. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get these 40 drivers run off here for race number 10 on the season, and for the Ally Bank 400 at Michigan Speedway. Let's make sure that everyone is run off, and it looks like they are. And here's the top 10 for race 10 on the season, almost halfway through season 4 of the JBL Cup Series. Logan Williams starts on pole, and alongside is Juan Garcia, Trey Smith, and Josh Manson in row number 2. The Michigan native Elijah Gordon starts 5th, and the point leader Jordan Stout in 6th. 7th is Darian Ton, and 8th is Joe Wachowski with a great qualifying effort. And around at the top 10, we got the number 31 of Roger James and the 34 of Quinton Moore, and everyone else is rolling off. You will see the starting grid. Scroll from the bottom to the top of the screen. 50 laps on tap, 100 miles. Should be about 19 to 21, maybe 22 laps on fuel. So, gonna be a 2-stopper here today at Michigan. Very narrow groove. as you can see. And if you step outside of the dark stuff, and if you get into the gray, we're going to wash up the racetrack and lose at least 1 or 2 spots, if not more. It's going to be interesting. And for they've been down all season, can they continue here today? Logan Williams and Juan Garcia will lead us to the green in race number 10 on the season. For season 4 of the JBL Cup Series is green for the Ally wanted at Michigan Speedway. Lap 1 is the easiest time to make that inside lane work. Twist tried making it work, but now he's going to pay the price for it. And I know he's going to be in the middle, and this is what we have to watch out for. The start is going to be wild. 3 wide, maybe even 4 wide at some points here in the early few laps, and we have to be careful of what happens here. And we always seen that outside lane being the place to be at least early on. Juan Garcia has broken away from the field, trying to chase down Logan Williams in the number 17. And the point of Jordan Stout is in third, trying to chase the top 2 down. And 1, 2, 3 are starting to get split out here. And Trey Smith, back for the race lead. Juan Garcia trying to make the inside lane work, or not really the inside lane, but a lane down from the middle. Side by side for the race to lead. Here comes Juan Garcia, who's had a lot of speed this season, but not gotten the results. Can he slide up the racetrack? Williams flying hard on the top side, and now Williams is going to have some full help from Jordan Stout. And it's not going to look up for Juan Garcia right there. Williams is still going to lead here at Michigan on lap number 4. Here comes Witkowski, Trey Smith, Moore, Beal, Williamson, Jordan Edwards, also moving his way up to the front early on. And Juan Garcia has to block the 51. He's not going to be able to block Trey Smith, and now Garcia might be in trouble here. He might get freight trained on the top side if he's not careful. Trey Smith's going to get around him. Witkowski is going to get around him. Moore's going to try to help Garcia, but don't really think that's going to work out for him. This is a very momentum-based track, and it is working out to perfection for everyone else not named Juan Garcia. And Jordan Stout, the point is he's been strong all season. He has the most top 5s out of anyone early on. He won at the Coca-Cola 600, had an off day, kinda, at Chicagoland. He was about 30th all day, but because of some people crashing out, he still got about a 20th, 25th place finish, something like that. So still has a manageable point lead. It's looking like a real possibility that Jordan Stout could be the regular season champion here after 6 more races if he keeps this consistency up. But how about Logan Williams? RFK has been strong. Jordan's Logan Williams won the All-Star race, and then Scott Upton's won 3 out of the last 5 points paying races. So RFK's been very, really strong. They are the best team here in the Cup Series. And Jordan Stout trying to get to the inside. Moore is going to go to the outside, but gets chopped off by Joe Witkowski right there. Now Beal is going to try to take that 5th spot away from Moore. And so far, it's been dominated by Logan Williams, but he has all kinds of pressure from 21 of Jordan Stout to the inside on lap number 7. But it looks like Trey Smith is going to ditch the point leader, and Trey Smith is going to help Logan Williams down the back so he can keep the top spot. There's a lot of 4s in the field. There's a lot of 4s up front, but at some point, I don't know if the 4s will really work together or not here in this one, but so far they are. And Logan Williams has let the majority of the laps, if not all of them so far. Here comes Wackowski, though, moving on into the number 8 machine. We've not really seen this all season long. Saw a brief amount of speed at the 600 before he got involved in a crash, but Wackowski not able to get past Jordan Stout, and he files it back in line. And Quentin Moore, I thought he was gonna get there. Juan Garcia's gonna try and pass on Beal. Beal kind of weight check in 3 and 4. Not gonna get there. About halfway through a few one already. On that 9 and 50. Should be about 19 to 20, 21, maybe 22 laps on field for these guys here today, and all the way halfway through the field one. And it's been all over Williams so far. Top 9, top 10, top 12, top 13, all single file, and then back half of the field is double file. Fords 1, 2, 3, and then the Chevy, and then 2 more Fords, and the Chevy, Ford, the Chevy, and the first trail is Josh Minton in 10th. Trey Smith trying to get around Logan Williams here. Williams running up the racetrack a little bit out of the gray stuff, but he's going to keep it for now. Beal gets past Moore back there for that 5th spot in that Busch Light Apple, but Moore's going to fight for it in that number 34. Oh, Jordan Stout went up the racetrack a little bit of a mistake, and here comes Wackowski potentially for 3rd spot, and Quentin Moore's gonna get past Beal on the top side and take that 5th spot like that. Wackowski and Stout first battle on the racetrack, battle for 3rd. Still side by side for that 3rd spot, but Stout's gonna take it. Wackowski gonna try to block 34th, but not gonna get there. Now Quentin Moore might just take that 4th spot away from Joe Wackowski. And he will. Outside is definitely the place that you want to be here at Michigan, and so far it's been all Logan Williams out front in the Ally 400. Williams out front, Trey Smith in 2nd, Jordan Stout in 3rd, Clemmel in 4th, Wackowski in 5th. How about Jordan Andrews in 6th? John Andrews, we've not really seen him up one ever since he won at Las Vegas. He's like 30 for points or something like that now. Needs some really good ones, and he's in 7th. How about this 3 wide move from Josh Williamson in the number 23? Not gonna make it work on Juan Garcia. Gonna maybe have a shot though in 1 and 2. Here comes Stealing Khan and Richard King in the number 62 and number 78. Jordan Stout, something happened to him. He might have went wide in 1 and 2 now. He was to the inside, and now this tire is starting to affect these drivers. It's not a lot of tire wear here at Michigan, but there is some. About half a tenth, about half a second worth of tire fall off. And now because these guys are side by side for 3rd, that's allowing Trey Smith and Logan Williams to pull away here at Michigan. At Chicagoland, we saw Owen Miles started on the pole. And he was really up front always on, and he was fast always on until some of the strategy didn't quite work out for him. Logan Williams started on the pole. He's led every single lap up to this point, and looking pretty strong in that number 17 for RFK Racing. Have to watch out for Trey Smith though, because he might go for the race lead side by side. Peeks the nose to the inside. Not gonna get there. Trey Smith still stays behind, and here comes Jordan Stout. Stout, he has a fast enough 21 machine to catch up to the top 2 and break away from the field, but he's not been able to pass the top 2 yet. Speaking of which, here comes Trey Smith to the inside of Logan Williams here at Michigan on lap 15, coming to lap 16. About 4 or 5 laps away from the first round of 25 pit stops. And Trey Smith takes the race lead away. That's, I think, the first or second time that Logan Williams has not had it. but Logan Williams is going to try to power that by on the top side. Side by side down the backstretch. Troy Smith is going to get a bonus point, but he's not going to be able to keep the race lead unless he does a dive bomb here in 3 and 4. He's not going to be able to keep it, and Jordan Stout's going to go up to second. And Stout might have something to say about this race lead now. Stout might have a long one car. He's absolutely flying now, and here comes Witkowski, here comes John Andrews. Andrews, I think, might have a long one car as well. Same with Quinton Moore. For about the 5th time this season, I think Williamson also has a long one car. And Trey Smith is going to lose 4th to John Andrews and potentially 5th from Quinton Moore. Jordan Stout trying to peek to the inside of Williams. Not going to get there. Williams still leading, I'd say, all but maybe 1-2 laps in this one so far. Williams is still the fastest car here at the moment in clean air, but Stout looks to be pretty fast. Same with Witkowski. Nice change of pace for this number 8 machine. Been hearing a lot of we've been seeing and hearing a lot from Aaron Margo and Lance Smith Jr., but we've not had a lot of moments where we can compliment Joe Witkowski this season, but he's having his best one on the season in the 8 machine, and I thought he was going to take second right, but not going to get there. On lap 19 of 50 here, no one has pitted yet. Brian Nelson is unfortunately in last place. Rough race for him after just getting inside the top 10 in points after Chicagoland. And with how tight points are around the top 10 cutoff, that's not what you want to see happen. Andrews is going to try to... Oh, I think pit stops are going to happen. Williamson, Stout, Witkowski, Smith. All pitting on lap number 19 coming to lap 20. And those are the only 4. John Andrews is now the race leader, and he's going to get a bonus point for leading that lap. 4 out of 40 pit on lap 19. And round 1 of pit stops have begun here at Michigan. We've seen some crazy races in the past here. This one's been a little bit tame up to this point. Andrews is going to come down pit road now. Garcia, Moore, Williamson's going to stay out, and now we're going to have a busy pit road on lap number 20. Oh boy, Jean the third almost went around, I think, on Colin Quapley right there in the number 10, and now we got busy pit road on lap number 20. Most of the field pitting, Quinn Moore, Josh Williamson, Juan Garcia, AJ Crash, White Walker, Travis Crampton, and Abel, Tyree Cultman, Owen Miles, and Chris Mills still staying out there. See if who all pits this time by. Close call with Aaron Abel. Aaron Abel, I think, wants to stay out another lap, or nope, he's going to decide to just pit. And I think everyone else is on pit road but Tyree Cultman. It looks like that is the case. Everyone is on pit road besides the 34, or the 38, I should say, of Tyree Cultman. So, 19, 20, 21, 22 is when everyone pitted. And now, these guys are going to be barely split out here once the cycle completes itself. And it's going to be interesting if what happens, because it will be a late race pit stop with about that 40 to 42. So, if we end up staying green up to that point, I have to see if they decide to take 2 tires or 4 tires or no tires. That it'll be less than 10 laps to go up to that point. Let's see here. There's Quinton Moore, and there's John Andrews. It might be John Andrews as the race lead here at Michigan. Oh man, that was close with Witkowski and Quinton Moore. Let's see, there's Tyree Cultman. I think Andrews is easily going to beat Harmon off of pit road here. and he easily does. So it will be John Andrews, the Las Vegas winner, who we've not really seen ever since then. Out front, Jordan Stout, the point leader, in second. Michigan native Elijah Gordon, who's had a rough season, he's in third. Joe Wachowski, he's had a rough season, he's in fourth. Craig Moore is in fifth. Noah Clifton is up here in sixth. He's had a tough season. Second in points, Richard King is up here. Trey Smith is still up here. How about AJ Crash? He's going to be inside the top 10 here. And then Logan Williams, who was lean, is now falling back to 10th. And Juan Garcia, I don't know what happened to the 99 machine, but he had to go back down pit road. So that's unfortunate right there. And now I think Elijah Gordon and Jordan Stout, both has a Team Penske Alliance, try working together there, but it's going to cost Elijah Gordon a spot to Joe Wachowski. And Wachowski, he's looking pretty strong here in number 8 machine. And we got a 4-car break right now here at Michigan, with Moore trying to chase these guys down. But Moore's getting chased down by Clifton, Keenhart, Crash, and Smith. And then you got both our FK drivers. Here comes Scott Upton up in the midst, and here comes Ally Carr and like Bright up front. There's been so much movement in the points since Chicagoland, just because of how crazy Chicagoland was. And it's gonna come down to the wire of who makes it into the chase based off of points and stuff. But right now, Johnny is out front. Jordan Stout in second, trying to hang on to that second spot to Joe Wachowski halfway through the Ally 400 here at Michigan, and it's been a solid one. And have to see what happens here. Jordan Stout's trying to get his second win on the season and continue the Ford dominance, and John Anderson trying to still be the only Chevy driver to win. Ford's won every single race this season but 2. Wyatt Walker at All Club, and John Anderson at Las Vegas. That's it. Everyone else, like every other race, has been won by a Ford. Jordan Stout has been fairly consistent all season long. And I think Jordan Stout might have one of the best cars here. I think John Andrews might be holding these guys up a little bit. I know Andrews has a good long one car, but have to wait and see. I think Wachowski has a good long one car. And we just have to wait and see on some of the drivers on how they might end up doing. And unfortunately for Juan Garcia, his bad luck season continues. Yeah, he had speed early on, fell back, and then he had to come down to pit road again. So I don't know what happened to him. And then number 99, but it's been a disappointing season for sure. And all of a sudden, the great start that Trackhouse had is completely falling apart now. And Michigan, the native Elijah Gordon, makes a pass on the inside lane on Jordan Stout. And Stout's going to go from second to fourth as Wachowski gets by as well. Elijah Gordon's had an up and down season up to this point, trying to get something going. And Elijah Gordon is in second in this number 2 machine. But Andrews is looking very, very strong in this number 43. Of course, he probably should have won the All-Star race, but he blew up on a very last lap in that one, and unfortunately that cost him a Season 5 reserve. But I think he would love to have some revenge here at Michigan. Wachowski tried going for second on on Elijah Gordon right there, but couldn't. Now Stout goes up the racetrack, and Quentin Moore is slowly catching in on these guys. Now Moore has the draft off of Jordan Stout, I believe. So this is about to be a 5-car fight for the race lead. Andrews washes up the racetrack into the gray stuff. And here comes Elijah going to the inside. Down the back switch here at Michigan, and look at everyone just snaking down the back switch 20 to get the draft off of the number 2. And new race leader Elijah going here at Michigan. And the Ford dominance continues, and it might be Michigan native Elijah Gordon's turn to win for Ford this season. Still got a pit stop to go though, with 19 laps to go. Theoretically, if you pit now, you would be good on fuel and tires all the way from now, but I think these guys will wait till about lap 40 to make their second pit stop. Moore tried making a pass on the inside lane on Jordan Stout, but couldn't get there. King Hart second in points. As of now, he would only lose 2 points on the number 21, and it would be a 32-point gap for the points leading here today. And Andrews, he's not going to give up on this fight. Andrews, I think, has a good long car, and this number 2 machine has to watch out for that, because Andrews is all over the bottom bumper of Elijah Gordon. These two starting to break away from Joe Kelsey, Jordan Stout, and Nathan Moore. And right now is Elijah Gordon, John Andrews, Joe Kowski, Jordan Stout, Quentin Moore, Richard Kino, Logan Williams back up to 7th, Scott Upton in 8th, Trey Smith in 9th, and Darian Todd in 10th, the highest uncharted driver. And then we got another uncharted driver in AJ Crash in 11th, Eli Bright in 12th, Noah Clifton in 13th, and his teammate Josh Mason in 14th. 15th is Wyatt Walker, having another strong one, decent one here. Let's see if we can do at the pit stop. Back for the race lead. I completely missed it. John Andrews takes the race lead back, and I think something just happened. The 55 with an engine problem, no smoke, but he has an engine issue. Tyree Compton had a fuel system issue. And I think Unable just blew up. Yeah, Unable also blew up. It's a tough way for Unable. He has a camshaft that went down. Clark Patrol had an engine issue at the same time, and then Tyree Compton had a fuel system. So 3 issues all in a span of a couple of laps right there. But John Andrews in that long one speed is back up front. Jordan Stout in 2nd, Elijah Gordon in 3rd, Joe Witkowski in 4th, and now we got a massive train of Moore, Keno, Williams, Upton, Smith, all 4s trying to chase down the top 5, and the top 4 I should say. And the bad thing that John Andrews is that if it stays green from here on out, and once they pit, it would be 8 to 10 laps to go after pit stops, and John Andrews has not had a good short one car. So if it ends up staying green all the way, John Andrews would not have the best car late. But here comes the lap car of Clark Pastrana the third, only going about 180 miles an hour with that engine damage. And now this could change some things. Elijah Gordon is going to use a pick on the 55. And now Jordan Stout's going to get held up. There goes Witkowski, Kinghart, Moore, Williams, Upton, Smith. And Jordan Stout is going to go from having a shot at the win to maybe not even getting a top 10 out of this. Now he's finally going to get past the 55, but lost a lot of ground for that number 21 of Jordan Stout. And now here comes Elijah Gordon for 1 off turns 3 and 4, trying to chase down the 43 of John Andrews. So far, caution free. We've not had a caution free race yet this season. And most races have had at least 2 or 3 cautions to them. It's been a chaotic season, but a normal, calm race now here at Michigan. Been great racing though, but no cautions yet. Andrews out front, Elijah going in second. Keenan now in third, Moore in fourth. And here we go, pit stops on lap number 39 with Watkowski and Williams doing the undercut. Second round of green flag pit stops, final round of green flag pit stops here today at Michigan. Here comes Elijah going to the inside of John Andrews, trying to take the race lead back right before pit stops. And now that's going to allow Keenan and Moore to catch up with the top two here. Is Elijah going to pit this time by? Top four did not. But here comes the 6:51.21. All come down pit road. And I'm curious, what are these guys gonna do here? As they are 3 wide for the lead. With Kinghart, Andrews, and Gordon. Let's see here. Looks like... Is it 2 tires? It is 2 tires. Looks like these guys are doing 2 tire strategy with it being 10, 11 laps to go. Looks like they're going 2 tires. John Andrews is going to stay out for another lap. Same with a bunch of Toyotas. 2311 and the 20. Same with Crampton and AJ Crash. I'm curious, is anyone going to decide to take fuel only here? I don't think so. I think everyone's going to take 2 tires. Yeah, that's sadly what's going to happen. Everyone's on the same strategy here. 2 tires. Now Andrews Crash and everyone else is going to come down pit road this time by. And going to be a clean stop here. And now for these guys, are they going to take 2 tires as well? Looks like everyone's just going to take 2 tires. I think maybe the last group would take fuel only, but that did not look to be the case. So everyone on 2 fresh tires here. And our second stop of the day is going to cycle out here. There's Elijah Gordon and Richard Kinghart. And then there's John Andrews in the 43. It's going to be close this time though. And how about no Clifton up to the front? Hello to the Odyssey of Clifton we've not seen all season long. He's had a lot of bad luck and it's going to be close here off of pit road. Clifton's going to get on John Andrews. Here comes Elijah going good through at the needle 3 wide right there. And boy have things changed. Clifton up front. Gordon. Keenan Upton. I don't know, where did he come from? He's in 4th. He's trying to go back to back and get his 4th win on the season out of nowhere. Eli Bryce up here. John Andrews, AJ Crash, Trey Smith, Quinton Moore, Joe Watkowski. Where did Angel O'Vea come from? He's up here. And the number 1 machine. Jordan Stout as well. These guys all have a shot. Let's pack. Noah Clifton, we've not seen him all season long, and every time that we've seen him, it's been for the long way. He took a massive barrel flip into the Chicagoland catch fence last time out. Now he is leading with 6 laps to go. Looks like we got a 12-car fight here at Michigan, but do we really though? I don't think so. Can a Toyota steal the pole? Can Noah Clifton steal the pole? Clifton leads, Gordon in 2nd, Keenan in 3rd, Upton in 4th, White in 5th out of nowhere. He's having a great one. Moore up here. And John Andrews, that's what I was afraid of. He was one of the last drivers to pit, and he doesn't really have a short run car. And we got a caution with 5 laps to go. That may or may not have just ended this thing. with Noah Clifton as the race leader. If anything, we might have a 1 or 2 lap shootout in this one. But Clifton in 2311 Racing in Toyota might have just gotten the second win of the season. I don't know what it could have been to cause the caution. I don't see any real damage to anyone, but first caution of the day, almost went clean and green for the entirety of this one. And I don't really know what the caution's out for. Maybe, like, for Club Pajano being slow. I don't know. I don't see any skid marks anywhere, though. These guys waiting on the pace car to come around. And there it is. I would imagine no one's really gonna pit since we just pitted. And it would be unknown if we would go green or not. I think I could be wrong and have to see what happened and if there's any skimmos in 1 and 2. There's no skimmos down the back stretch or in 24 or the front stretch. I don't really know what is the cause of this. Is there any skimmos in 1 and 2? There's no skimmos in turn 1. And there's no skimmos in turn 2. I don't know what the caution is for. For all we know, it could have been a debris caution in this one. I don't know, but don't think anyone's gonna pay you, so let's find out what brought out the caution here for the Ally 400 at Michigan for race 10 on the season and for season 4 of the JBL Cup Series. Welcome back to Michigan International Speedway for the Ally 400 and for the JBL Cup Series. I can confirm that it was a debris caution. A fluke yellow, no real incident happened on the racetrack. And the good thing though is that we will go back green for a 1 lap shootout. So really, I think it's going to come down to Clifton and Elijah Gordon here. Kano needs to shove Elijah Gordon and try to pass him and make a pass in 3 and 4. I think that's the only way that's going to really stop Clifton from winning here. But how about Eli Bryant? 4th, though. I don't think he is going to have a shot at it. Unless something really crazy happens. But, great one from Eli Bryant. Top 10 on the lead still is going to be Noah Clifton out of nowhere. Elijah Gordon, Richard Kino, Eli Bryant, Scott Upton, Quentin Moore, Trey Smith, AJ Clash, John Anderson, Angel Baylor inside the top 10. And then join us out just outside of the top 10. If Kino gets the top 5, top 3 finish, and if Stout finishes outside the top 10, then Kino will gain about 8-ish points depending on what happens here. Clifton and Gordon, the white and green flags are out. Final lap here at Michigan. 1 lap shootout, and Clifton with a great restart in the number 45. But the draft is very important here at Michigan, and Elijah has a fellow forward behind him, Richard Kino. He still has a shot here in 3 and 4 potentially. Down the back stretch for the final time. Elijah Gordon's there. Is he gonna make the move? He's gonna try, but he's not gonna get there. Noah Clifton for 2311 Racing will win the Ally 400. Steals it from everyone late. He stole from Elijah Gordon, Richard Kinghart, Quentin Moore, and some others. And for only the 3rd time this season, a Ford does not win a points-paying race. Toyota gets the 2nd win on the season, and Toyota, they've won both 2-mile racetracks. Wyatt Walker won at All Club, and now Noah Clifton wins here at Michigan. A very calm race. No one really crashed in this one. No one was out besides the engine going up in smoke for the number 19 of Aaron Abel. But Noah Clifton gets the job done, wins it here at Michigan Speedway, and finally a calm race. It was still a pretty good one. Still a lot of lead changes, still some good battles on track, but finally a calm race here in the JBL Cup Series, and Clifton gets the win. The Michigan native Elijah Gordon started 5th, had a real shot there, but couldn't get past Clifton and get 2nd. Still best one on the scene for Elijah Gordon. Kenyatta gets 3rd, Bright in 4th. Great one for him. Upton, another good finish. Once again out of nowhere, gets 5th. Moore in 6th, Sway Smith in 7th, AJ Crash in 8th. John Andrews in 9th, and Jordan Stout does get 10th. So I think Keno is going to gain 7 points on Jordan Stout, and I think it's going to be a 23-point lead at seeing this one. So Keno slowly reeling in that point lead with 5 races to go now in the regular season for the JBL Cup Series. And then O'Bella could have won late. Wachowski was strong all day long. He deserved the top 5 finish, I think, in my opinion, but still gets 12th. Ton, Walker, Quiet Day, top 15, and then Williamson in 15th. Seidel, another Michigan native, in 16th. Crampton in 17th. Watson in 18th. Wanda James in 19th, and Lance Smith Jr. in 20th. And then the rest of the results, Fitzy, his bad season continues. Just after getting 2nd at Chicagoland, he was a no-show today and finished in 36th. And then Juan Garcia, don't really know what happened to him. After that first pit stop, he was up front during the first stint, and then something happened to him and fell off, and something happened where he had to come back down pit road. Tyree Coleman had a fuel system issue, had to go down pit road. He ended up going a lap down. Club Pajan the third had an engine issue. He ended up going 2 laps down, and Abel had an engine just go up in smoke and have a camshaft go up in smoke for him. He's had a rough couple of races and tough way for Aaron Abel in the number 19. So a pretty normal race here at All Club sister track Michigan. Second and final 2-mile track is complete, and a normal one here, and gonna be interesting if what happens next time out at Texas. We've not been at Texas Motor Speedway since season number 1. Not been there since season number 1. They changed the track, got a repave, reconfigured it, and we have to wait and see what happens there for, I believe, the JBL Company's 500. I could be wrong about that, but it is something 500, and it will be 84 laps there for yet another night mile and a half race, and we got 5 races left before the regular season comes to an end. We got Texas, Martinsville, the Watkins Glen doubleheader, and then Pocono to end the regular season for the JBL Cup Series. 5 races until we get to the JBL Cup Series chase, and until Texas Motor Speedway, that will do it. Congratulations to Noah Clifton on winning and stealing it from Elijah Gordon, Richard and some others, and then the Ally Bank 400. And until Texas, the points and located of the video points will be coming up at the end of the video. And I will see you guys next time at Texas Motor Speedway for the JBL Cup Series. Bye!